I was talking to a good friend from Brazilian jiu-jitsu gym. I've been rolling with him now for 2.5 years and I still haven't submitted him, but I love training with him. He teaches me a lot. He said, I've been looking at getting into this AI thing. I was wondering what platform should I use? And while that sounds like a software question, the more I thought about it, the real question is much bigger. How do you use AI without letting it weaken your thinking? That's where our discussion ended up, and that's why I promised him this episode. I think AI is one of the most powerful tools available right now. It can be very dangerous, but it is also very helpful if it's used in the right way. As a leader, I believe it can make you feel smart while quietly reducing the amount of thinking you actually do. Well, this can help you organize your thoughts. It can help you research more quickly and more directly. It can help you write, and it can help you move faster in the direction you want to go. But it can also become a shortcut around the very mental work that builds judgment, conviction, and leadership. AI should reduce the load, but it should not be replacing the lift. How I got started using AI was after my friend who has his master's in computer science told me I needed to start learning it right away because it was going to change the world. And I began to use it right after it became publicly available. A lot of people use AI like a multi-query search engine. They ask one question. They maybe ask a couple follow-ups, and every time the answer gets more and more direct, and it helps them. That is not how I have found you get the full use of AI. If you are only using it for queries, you are using it as a better version of a search bar. The real value comes when it starts to understand your work, your style, your standards, your goals. That is where memory, projects, saved conversations, reminders, and context start to matter. If you are serious about using AI as a work tool, I think using one with memory, history, projects, and stronger models is where the value starts. Without memory, AI is mostly a multi-level inquiry or tool. With memory and structure, it can become much more of a supporter of what you want to achieve. It can become a coach, an organizer, a researcher, and if set up properly, a challenger. Something I've learned to do is teach AI how I write and think. I uploaded examples of my best work, emails that I like, leadership notes, schoolwork, performance review language, presentations I've liked. But I stripped out all of the private information first, all the names, any sensitive details. Basically, my rule for using these types of software services is if you're paying it $20, $40 a month, how much private information should you really be trusting with it? So for me, anything that should not be publicly shared, I don't work through with AI, or I scrub it out first. Then I asked it to learn my writing style, my thinking style, and the kind of work I value. The goal is not for AI to make you sound more impressive. In fact, if you use it for writing with the style it gives you, you actually sound more generic. The goal for AI is to help you sound more like yourself faster. It should reduce the time between your idea and your output. That matters because if AI starts forcing you into a totally different style, it just creates more friction and more edits for you. So you put in something that you like, it sounds like you, and then it puts out the same look and feel as everybody else, or you put in what you want and it puts out exactly how you want it to sound. If it does not sound like you, you have more work to do to get it out properly. Worse, you may start losing touch with your very own voice. I do not love personality assessments, especially when using them as excuses. However, I believe that strengths and aptitude tools that can help you better understand your neurological pathways and freeways, where you're naturally stronger and where you're naturally weaker, are more valuable. So for me, something like a strength finder was very useful because it helped explain where I work naturally. So I gave my AI service some of that information too, my aptitudes, my strengths, my weaknesses, not so it could flatter me. In fact, I told it could not flatter me, but so it could help me manage myself better. For example, I can be analytical. I can have a lot of ideas and get stuck in arranging those ideas, trying to achieve perfection instead of simply moving forward. I have told AI that when I'm circling to push me ahead. I had an executive assistant years ago who called herself my Task Tormentor. She would come into my office every day we were working together and give me the list of all the things that I had to get done. Now, jokingly, I use AI in the same way as a Task Tormentor for the little things, not for my heavy lifts at work, but for a lot of the things that I find go missing over the days. An important thing to do while you're using AI is to ensure that it challenges you. This is one of the biggest rules for me when I'm using this service, and actually something that I haven't been able to do with a lot of other services. AI can become a mirror of what you want it to perceive you as, what you want it to think as. And that is something that I worry about in our overall society. If you ask AI to support your ideas, it often will. But if you ask it to make your argument stronger, it can do that too. But that does not mean your idea is right. It just means the tool did what you asked. So often I ask it, what am I missing? Where is this argument weak? What would be some opposing arguments? What evidence would change the conclusion that I'm coming to? Another question is this actually researched, or are you just giving me a confident answer? Do not use AI as a cheerleader when you need a sparring partner. This matters more in leadership. Leaders do not need false confidence. They need clearer thinking. They need better questions. They need the discipline to face uncomfortable information. Another point that's very important is make sure that you're doing the thinking and you're not just taking answers. This is where I think AI is currently hurting people. Do the thinking, do the research. Do not jump straight to an algorithmic answer. I have seen people send me polished work that they clearly did not understand. The email looked good, the document looked good, the structure looked good, but when I started asking questions about it, there was no understanding or ownership underneath it. They had the answer, but they did not do the thinking required to get there, and I believe that can get very dangerous. You cannot outsource conviction. If you have not wrestled with the decision, you will not be able to carry it when things get hard. If you have not thought through the trade-offs, you will fold when someone else pushes back. If you just copy the recommendation, you will not know why it matters. AI can give you the words, it can give you the structure, it can give you the opinions, but it cannot give you conviction. My practical rule is this: start with your own rough thinking, then use AI to organize it. Use AI to test it, to find gaps in it, to sharpen it. But make the final decisions yourself. Make the final edits yourself. Use AI for load reduction, not life takeover. The question that I have for you is, would you trust a $20, maybe $30 a month tech company with access to your bank accounts, your legal files, your sensitive emails, contracts, private employment issues, personal information? It's not something I would hand over to a subscription service. There are experts out there for a reason. It should not replace the right human professional. Do not hand AI the keys to your life just because it helped you write a better email or organize your thoughts better. Build boundaries before speed. Before you get excited about everything AI can do, decide your rules. What will you upload? What will you not upload? When will you need a human expert? Most people ask, what AI should I use? I believe the better question is, what kind of thinker do I want to become? And how could AI help me get there? Because every tool trains you. Every tool empowers you, but it also changes you. A calculator changes how you approach math. GPS changes how you remember routes. Social media changes your attention span and your opinions of things. AI will affect how you think too. So be intentional about how you use it. Before I wrap this up, if this was helpful, please like and subscribe. I am curious how people are using AI right now. Is it helping you to think better? Is it saving you time in the right ways? Are you starting to wonder if it is doing too much of the thinking for you? I think this is one of those topics where we need more honest conversations, not just hype or fear. I did my editing on this episode yesterday. I woke up this morning asking myself the question, was any of my use of AI influencing this episode? How I do episodes is I create it, transcribe it, feed the transcript in, see if I get any feedback using my AI service, do another take, and then do that one more time. By the third take, I'm pretty comfortable with the notes. I was sitting there asking myself the question, was my use of AI influencing this episode? I got to look through 3 layers of feedback. What I noticed was it did give me feedback about other things that I was doing and I could do better. But a lot of the subtle push was to remove my negative comments about AI. I don't know if that's in the programming. I don't know if there was any intention behind that. But when I looked at each episode, there was a lot of effort to remove what I was saying. In looking at it, I think it's just a reminder, if you're deciding to use AI, you have to make sure you set up good guardrails. You have to be aware that it can influence you. And when you do things like what I said, where you upload your personality assessments, you upload your writing style, what you like, what you dislike, it can use that to influence you even further than any search algorithm ever has been able to do. That's why I'm here recording this right now. All tools can be good, but they don't all have to be good. And it's your job to make sure that it's not influencing you and you're getting the most out of it. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe. Please like this post, add a comment, tell me what you think about these types of things. Also, I have a video about how to analyze the backpack that you're carrying as a leader. And I've heard from a few people in person that it was very helpful. So if you'd like to watch that video, it should be somewhere on this screen. I hope you enjoy it as well. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a great day.